Hi, I'm Eric.
And I'm Roy, and welcome back to the ER.
So, in part one of the first episode, at the very end, Roy started making a comment about the game consoles. Now, we don't have 100% details on this, but it is something me and Roy personally like to discuss it, with each other. The reports say that in the new game systems that are out, and because of copyright infringement, we can't actually name those consoles. But they're saying there are deadly chemicals in these consoles. Now, our take on this, I'm a gamer.
I'm somewhat of a gamer, not as much as I used to be.
I personally, play video games. I, play on my laptop all the time.
Too.
Right. And the thoughts of, children playing on game consoles is just very aggravating, knowing that there could be chemicals.
Yeah.
And if you happen to hear the background music, that would be a cop going by. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Hey, if they come knocking at my door, it'd be a good episode.
Definitely. But no, it's game consoles with chemicals on them. It just, honestly, to me, it's mind-blowing. I've been playing games ever since I was a little kid. I don't know about you. I mean, all the way back to, games like Atari.
I started playing Atari when I was about 7 or 8 years old. Then I went to a Sega and then Nintendo, and I was at a PlayStation 1 for like 3 years.
See, I think I wavered. I went from Atari to Nintendo, then Sega. But, to the same extent, yeah. I might have done the original Sega Genesis, I'm not sure. But knowing that it could be deadly now to play video games.
It's very mind-blowing. And like we said, we will look this up, get more details about it. If y'all want to look it up and send us the information you got off of it, by all means, send it to the site, and we will.
No, definitely. If you guys
will
have
let everybody else know.
Works.
Any email, any opinions, as long as it's legit and we don't get our butts chewed for it.
I don't want to get sued. I don't have very much, but they take it out and be lost.
Exactly.
Now I hear that next weekend, on our second episode, we have a surprise for you guys. Granted, right now we're doing a bunch of talking, but next weekend's going to be a lot of on-site action. I am going to a place around town, and I'm splitting an older man's tongue in half. Okay, I got to stop you right there. First of all of you are sitting at home thinking, splitting a guy's tongue, why would you do something like that? Because, why, Roy? Why are we talking about split tongues? Roy has the split tongue. Camera girl, if you could show the audience what we're talking about with the whole split tongue. I know before we talked about holding it off for a while, but obviously we got to break into it. A split tongue. Now, that's just something you don't see every day. And there's a bunch of people out there with split tongues, Roy. I got to ask, did you go to the hospital, doctors? What?
No, I read up about it in medical books at the library down in Arkansas. And I actually had a guy come up to me and make a bet. He told me, let's play King of the Goth of this small town. I was like, let's go for it. What do we got to do?
Stop just a second. Now, I've known you for a long time. And I've heard parts of this story. I never once have heard King of the Goth.
Yeah, I've had my tongue split since 05, about summer of 05. And he just, there wasn't very many people who wore all black in that town. There's just 3 or 4 of us. And since I was the craziest one, me and him had a battle of who is the better goth. Okay. Well, it was mainly on his behalf.
The state was Arkansas. What was the town? Clarksville, Arkansas. So anyone from Clarksville, Arkansas that knows of any of the story that he may not tell, feel free to fill me in on this.
Well, he told me let's play King of Goth. I was like, all right, what do we got to do? Do something to yourself that stands out the most, lasts the longest in people's minds. So I went, found me a razor.
So you went first?
I went first. As soon as he said that, I found me a clean razor, soaked it in rubbing alcohol for about 20-30 minutes, made sure it was clean.
Okay, so was this premeditated? Had you already read up on this and planned on doing it anyways?
Yeah, I planned on doing it anyways. It's been my dream since I was 6 years old, seeing it in the movie, Guy with Split Tongue. I wanted that done.
And aren't you a big snake lover anyways?
I love snakes.
Makes sense.
Especially the ones that can eat the humans. But anyway, I went in the bathroom, started splitting my tongue. I walked out. He goes, "What are you doing?" I stuck out my tongue, split my tongue. "What are you doing?" Raises his hands. "You win." End of story on that one. But yes, next weekend, I am splitting an older man's tongue, probably in his 50s, maybe 60s. I don't think he's quite that old.
Oh, really? See, I thought when you first pitched the idea to me, I thought it was someone in their 30s or so.
He's an older man. We will be taking all precautions. There will be people there. It's going to be in a big old bonfire. And we're going to have a lot of background noise. And he knows that I'm not a doctor. He knows that I've only cut my own tongue in half.
Maybe close to
sober.
Work you.
I'm not that bad yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, because I'm not getting paid for it.
Aha. I didn't know Kevorkian never got paid.
He was a doctor.
He actually got paid.
I believe so.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you did not know that, I did not know that. That's
I
something
believe he
new.
did. I believe he did. But I could be wrong. Lord knows I'm wrong quite a few times.
Huh? It
But
happens.
he knows all the precautions. We will be taking all precautions. There will be multiple people there. If something goes wrong, he will be rushed to a hospital. I recommend that nobody else try this. I'm over 18, he's over 18. The gentleman I'm doing this to is definitely over 18. We're old enough to make our own choices. And be God, we will use our rights to have fun.
Question. Now, when you originally pitched this to me, didn't you explain to me that the whole event, other than, the splitting of the tongue, was basically like a fundraiser?
Yes, some of the proceeds that the guy's going to charge for people to come into the party is going to go to help the camera girl's friend move out here.
Well, that
Or
sounds
at least get
very
him out here to
good.
visit.
At least one of the two, right?
One of the two. Either get out here to visit or get him out here to stay. One of the two.
Well, in my personal opinion, I hope we succeed for you in particular, camera girl.
And we are not making a profit off of what we're doing. This is all
We're
free
a
for you
non-profit.
guys. We're a non-profit. This is just the voice of the people, is what I like to call this. We like to do what our rights allow us to do. And by God, we're going to have some fun. And we want you all to be there with us.
By the people, for the people.
That's right. This country was built on dreams, and by God, that dream's going to live on.
I hear that. Now, we're going to have to cut a little short. We're hearing massive thunder outside. We don't want to lose power, because if we lose power, it's not going to be too bad, other than you'll be watching complete darkness and listening to voices. But
Which we might try that sometime, see how that turns out.
it'd be very interesting.
Very.
Trying to light a cigarette would be the best part. Watching a little lighter float around. But we want to go ahead and get ready to sign off. Roy, is there anyone you personally want to thank?
I want to thank 98.9 for letting us promote their Rock Fest this year. It's a great pleasure to us, and we really hope that we can get people out around from this area to come in and check out our summer party to start off the summer.
And if
Thanks
you
to
see us,
98.9.
and if you see us out there, feel free to come up and say something. We're not shy people. I want to thank the guy. I guess I could say the guys, but it's more Sam at Fast Gas and Snacks. Hooks us up with our drinks for the show. Takes care of us. Great guy, great gas station, cheap prices. Can't ever go wrong with that. Thank Camera Girl, because she is behind the camera. You don't get to see her, but she's in control of everything back there. I want to thank you, Roy. Being my partner.
Oh yeah, man. Same here, brother.
Well, that's about the best we got for you. What's the best way to sign off?
I don't know.
Alright, catch you later. I'm
Peace out.
Eric.
And I'm Roy.